The tools, products, and techniques in this video are intended for use by adult modelers. Anyone under the age of 13 should always have adult supervision when using said tools, products, and techniques.
This week on Payne-ted Plastic.
Hey everybody, Brandon back with some more Payne-ted Plastic. Welcome to episode 7 of the Sinanju build. You remember on the last episode we got some decals put on and the pieces all gloss coated. And now we're going to move on to the weapons. There are a lot of weapons in this kit, and there are actually some sort of options with the weapons. We'll go over that in just a second. So we're gonna look at those really quickly, and I think we're probably gonna do some gluing on the weapons just to you'll see what I'm talking about in a few minutes. But after that, we're gonna move over to the paint booth and spray some primer, get some base coats on, and yeah, hopefully get the weapons all finished up on this episode. So let me flip the camera around and we'll take a look at some of these options that I'm talking about, and we'll figure out what we're going to do. So give me 1 second. Alright everybody, so here's all the weapons that come with the kit, with the exception of this is the shield frame, right? And we're just going to do a little, maybe a little just picking out some details on this. Nothing too major on the shield frame. But for the weapons, I mentioned that there are a few options with this kit, and some of them are kind of neat, and some of them are kind of not. So one thing is the bazooka, right? And it looks pretty plain like this, but one of the options is that it can be collapsed, right? Which it looks kind of neat, but I don't know. I kind of like it as the bazooka, right? As like the full bazooka. So I think that's what we're gonna do. And I think I'm probably gonna end up gluing that so it so it doesn't slide in anymore. And then I'll probably glue this too because it keeps popping off, little end cap. But anyway, and then there was this part, which is meant to, if the bazooka is extended, it's meant to, let's see if I can get it on there now. Well, how's it go? It's meant to sit on there like that and kind of be a scope and a second handle, and yeah. So, yep, I'm gonna see what I mean. Keeps popping off. You know what? Yep, so that's kind of the plan for the bazooka. This will not be attached when we paint. We'll spray that separately and paint it separately. In fact, while I'm holding it, let's go ahead and get some glue on this thing. I'm just going to use regular old Tamiya extra thin, and all I'm going to do is make sure it's fully extended, of course, and just dab a little right around that edge. It's not going to take much. And then the same thing down here on this end. I want that to be solid. So same thing. Just touch the edge and it'll seep up in there and seal everything up. Right, just like that. And you know what? While I'm here, I'm gonna put a dab on this end so it stops coming off. Right, just like that. All right. So for the gun, again, there are a few options. One is the scope, right? You can have that on or off. Hope I'm showing you guys this. I sort of like having it on. This little bit here is articulated, so you can bring it up behind the regular scope, or it can be its own little scope. And I kind of like that. So that we'll probably leave that. We will We will paint it separately, of course, because it's, you know, oddly shaped. But the other thing I'm not too sure about, and I really haven't made up my mind, is this sort of underslung barrel, right? It's actually, here, let me just take it apart here. It's actually its own sort of separate gun, right? And you can attach it to the shield, and you can attach it to the gun, or, you know, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it. You know, I sort of like the gun just like that, right? I mean, it looks a little bit plain, but I don't know. To me, it looks kind of weird, you know, having it sort of underslung, and then this doesn't really close up properly, so there's a big gap, and we may use that, we may not. I haven't decided. So, but at any rate, it's going to come out for painting, right? We're not going to paint it like that. So, yep. But that's another little sort of weapon-ish thing. But yep. The other thing we have, oh, the blades. These, again, there are options. You can have them sort of as one unit, and you can put it in his hand like that, or you can take them apart, and they can go on the shield, right? Sort of like this, right? If you want blades on your shield, and they're articulated, so you can turn the blades this way, if you want that. Another kind of neat feature is they have some effect parts that go on the end, some clear parts, and we'll probably use those because I don't like the look of it on the shield. I mean, you know, it looks okay, it looks pretty cool, but I think I would rather have them be just axes that the mobile suit holds, instead of being connected to the, you know, connected to the shield and all that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see about that too. I haven't decided about that either. But they'll get all painted up, and yep, looking good. So let's get these all on sticks and head over to the paint booth. Be right back. All right, everybody, here's all the weapons. I got to start by apologizing right off the bat. I filmed painting the details, and this is what I got. Yeah, that's pretty horrible. I don't know what happened with my microphone, but the entire footage was was that. So, yeah, I'll go through real quick what I did. Wasn't anything super fancy. I only used 2 colors. I used chrome silver and gunmetal, right? X10, X11. Those are the only 2 colors I used for the details. And basically I just went around and picked out little things like this, right? Like I said, nothing super fancy, just little bits here and there, right? Nothing nothing too over the top. Put a little edge on the blade, right? That's about it. And then picked out a few things on the other little parts, right? Like I said, I didn't go too crazy. I wanted the weapons to be sort of subdued and, like I said, not over the top in terms of details. So I'm sorry that didn't get filmed. Well, it did get filmed, but I'm sorry it wasn't usable. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So we got the weapons done. The next step will be to just seal all this in, give it a nice gloss coat. For the gunmetal, I'll be doing a gloss coat, and for the flat colors, obviously I'll be doing a matte coat. I'm not going to film any of that. It's rattle can. I got to spray it outside, and yeah. So, but it's just going to be a rattle can top coat. So I think I'll leave this one here. All the weapons are pretty much done. And on the next one, I think we'll start putting the mobile suit together. I still haven't decided if I want to do any weathering on it. I really like the shine to it. I kind of hate to knock that down. So yeah, I haven't made up my mind. We may just do some panel lining instead of like a full-on, full-on weather. We'll just do a little panel lining here and there and pick out some details. But we'll save that for another episode. As always, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the weapons part of the build. And until the next one, bye-bye.